Good morning. Top of the morning, 7:39 a.m. Appreciate those returning to the morning walk. Shout out to those that's here for the first time. Hope everybody's week is going good. I'm on the way to the end of a great week, getting ready for the weekend. I know some people celebrate Valentine's Day for the weekend. Some people wait until the actual day, or some people may be doing both. Whatever you got going on this weekend, make sure you do it well and make sure you do it safe. Today was on my mind and something that I woke up to in my chat. One of my main chats, I would say this is my main chat. And one of my mentors, friends, all in one, he was talking about, pretty much a guy he grew up with, who he ran into, who was talking about he almost committed suicide last year. And, we kind of started just talking about, how a lot of people give up and a lot of people are giving up. And a lot of people are going to give up, based on research and based on statistics. And I'm sure we all may know someone who has contemplated suicide or may have committed suicide. Even if it's somebody you don't know personally, you've seen it through celebrities, so forth and so on. And it's a tragic situation, like when they truly say you never know what someone is going through. Or you honestly maybe could say you never know what you're going through, because I always think too that, what point did a person get there? Like, how do you get there? And it's like, this is the last option for me. This is the last resort. And I doubt if it's something they just randomly thought about, but, it's just through toll of stuff, trauma, and everything happening. And then, some people end up taking their lives. But today I just want to talk about not giving up. And it's I'm starting to notice how some of these walks, the previous conversation is relating to the next one, or the one before last is relating to the current conversation. And remember yesterday on the morning ride, we was just talking about mentorship and sponsorship. And, I was breaking down the difference between the two, and not just mentorship and sponsorship to get a job, to get a promotion, but, the importance of having somebody to talk to, having somebody to hold you accountable, having somebody to push you, having somebody to inspire you, to support you. It goes a long way, as I mentioned with my mentor, Coach Rice. Coach Rice, that's my dog, my homie, it's my guy. He was just with me not too long ago. We linked up. And I just say that his background is actually in mental health. So, outside of his profession, he's a genuine guy, mentor, aspiring guy. But, I've noticed, when I think about the years, a lot of his approaches, maybe he's helped me with situations or give me advice on making a decision, or like when I came in his office and said I wasn't going to college, I'm going to go work at Safeway around the way, and just his approach has always been like that counselor, mental type, approach. But I'm just saying that to say that, having people in your corner can sometimes help, when it comes to talk about giving up. You see, a lot of people can give up for different things, but, when you got that village behind you, it helps, when you're not the only one taking on everything. Everybody coming to you for advice, everybody coming to you look for the answers. That could be a lot on any man, any woman, any child, just different situations. Because a lot of children get put in these situations where they got to grow up fast, and they may take a leadership role on their household based on the makeup of their household. It's important to really prioritize your mental health. We just talking about self-care on Sunday. And that's what I was saying. You got to balance this stuff out, because if you don't, you're going to crash. It happens to the best people in the world, the hardest working people, the most ambitious people. You got to find a way to balance that out, And then you got to also just look at every storm and every challenge as an opportunity to grow. And nobody want to hear that in the midst of, going through the storm. I get it, but you got to look at it as an opportunity to grow. Like for me, right? I think about not giving up. Like, I'm looking at it 2023 right now, February, and I'm thinking about 2 years ago, the whole 2021, basically from what? I wouldn't say the whole 2021, but I say April to November, but really it started at the beginning of the year. I wasn't working, due to COVID, due to COVID cuts from my jobs and everything, reconstruction. So I wasn't working pretty much the whole 2021. So, it was a different, experience. It was nothing I ever planned for. It was just a tough time, but I kept at it, And the thing that my friends had told me, and the thing I had in my mind, like I never gave up when it came to finding a new employment opportunity. You know, I never gave up. Applying every day, literally doing like 10, 15 apps a day, reaching out to people, going to networking events, motivating myself, reflecting on stuff. But also, I stopped and I said, you know what? Take advantage of this time right now. You know, right now as I'm doing this walk, I gotta go clock in, you know, by 9 o'clock. But I'm saying when I had that time to myself and I thought like, dang, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I realized how much I needed it. So although I wasn't getting the money I wanted to get, I wasn't, you know, working and doing what I wanted to do, I still embraced that moment and made it the best of it. When I reflect back on it now, it was one of the probably most defining moments of my life. You know, my humility increased, my accountability increased, my patience definitely increased. You know, I definitely walked away with some skills and some wins from that for sure. So, you know, when we talk about not giving up, it's like no matter what you're going through, you gotta just keep pushing and you embrace whatever is in front of you. Embrace that and just know that it's gonna pay off. You know, so whether you have, you know, just faith, like I talk about those successful outlets. We talked about this in the previous one. If you like to work out, if it's church, if it's a friend, if it's an activity, if it's volunteering, if it's playing a video game, you got to continue to embrace in those things to make sure you don't give up. You know what I mean? It just takes one activity, you know, one joke, one situation to kind of bring you laughing, you know, bring a smile on your face. You know, when you get into these dark places, when we think about like, oh, you know, drink to take the pain away, smoke to take the pain away, pop a pill to ease the pain, all that stuff is going to be a temporary fix. And I'm sure y'all seen on the news, people dying left and right from fake drugs. People dying left and right, you know, from depression, from stress, suicide. It just was yesterday. I saw a clip in Brickell. It was like one of those high-rise condos down in Brickell. Actually, not even one of them, the Icon. I stayed in the Icon before one time for my birthday. They were pretty much saying there was somebody up on one of the floors contemplating to kill herself. So, you know, like, people are going through. Sometimes they're not sharing. Sometimes they are. And that's another thing, too. Don't be afraid to share. Because sometimes it just takes talking it out. When you talk it out, you sometimes draw your own solutions, your own conclusions to your situation. So, yeah, man, whatever you're going through today, you went through yesterday, whatever's on your mind, don't give up. Embrace it. Reach out to somebody. Text somebody. Those people that's listening right now, if we cool, if we not cool. You see the handle on here when you play. You know the IG, Dreams by Any Means. Hit my DM. Even if I can't help you, I'm sure I could connect you to somebody that can help you. I got a lot of friends that work, you know, in those lanes that do therapy, social services, mental health awareness, the whole 9 yards. So, man, it's Thursday. We almost through this week, first full week of February. Like I told y'all, let's kill this month and let's keep at it and know that we ain't never giving up. Hustle plus faith equals success. By any means, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next walk. Thank you for tuning into Dreams by Any Means Motivation Station, where hustle plus faith equals success. Stay tuned for the next episode.